Good morning. Welcome back to Captain Avsanabag Visakhapatnam grammar classes. Today I will explain you present perfect continuous tense. Yes, there are three main types of tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense. Each tense is further divided into four kinds. In present tense, those four kinds are simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Already I have explained you simple present, present continuous and present perfect tense. Today I will explain you present perfect continuous tense, its structure and usage. Let's see what is present perfect continuous tense and when it is used. Present perfect continuous tense is used for actions that started in the past and are still continuing. Still continuing means at present. So these actions already have been started in the past and are still continuing. This present perfect continuous tense has a definite starting time or period. It has a definite starting time or period. By this we can easily identify this tense, that is present perfect continuous tense. So for denoting the starting time or period, we will use for or since in this tense. So for is used, for and since are used in this tense. The for is used with period of time. Period of time means uncertain time period, means it's a duration. With duration we had to use for. For example, for 2 weeks. Is there any specific time period? No. So that it's a duration. We had to use for. For 5 years. It is also doesn't have any specific time period. So that for is used. Yes. Now, since is used with point of time. Since is used with point of time means specific time period. Point of time means specific time period. For example, since morning, since yesterday. Yes, specific time has been given, either date, day or time, whatever it may be. If specific time will be given, we had to use since. For is used with duration, since is used with point of time. So, already I have told you that tenses often depend on two things, that is structure and usage. Now we will see the structure of present perfect continuous tense. What is the structure of present perfect continuous tense? Subject plus helping verb plus been plus V1 plus ing form plus object. This is the structure of present perfect continuous tense. So what are the helping verbs used in this tense? Same helping verbs which we have used in present perfect tense have been used here in present perfect continuous tense also. So the helping verbs used in this tense are has or have. Has is used with the subjects he, she, it. Have is used with the subjects I, we, you, they. So as usually been will come here in this tense because it is a continuous tense, perfect continuous tense. So been is used after helping verb. And then V4 plus object. V4 means V1 plus ing form. We will see the examples. So this structure is according to present perfect continuous tense, isn't it? So already I have told you that there are three kinds of sentences in English language. What are those three kinds of sentences? Affirmative sentences, negative sentences and interrogative sentences. Now we will see one by one. Affirmative sentences. Affirmative sentences means according to the structure. Structure is subject plus helping verb plus been plus V1 plus ing form plus object. According to this structure, these sentences will be. Those are called affirmative sentences. For example, they have been studying since morning. They have. I, we, you, they. We had to use have as a helping verb. So they have. After that, been. They have been. V4 means study plus ing form. Study plus ing. Studying. V4. So they have been studying since morning, specifically telling from morning. So that since is used here. Now, we'll see another example. I have been working on this project since a week now. I have been working before on this project since a week now. You have been learning grammar for 2 months. Why for is used here? Because it is a duration. There is no specific time period here. 2 months. Which 2 months? We don't know. So that for is used with duration. Another example. She has been delaying it since last week. Since last week. Because last week is a specific time period, isn't it? So we have used since. Here 2 months duration for is used. You should know the difference between for and since. These are affirmative sentences, means these all the sentences are according to the structure. Now we'll see the negative sentences. What are negative sentences? Negative sentence means not is added in between helping verb and been. Yes, usually not is added to the affirmative sentences to make the sentence into negative sentences, isn't it? Not is added to affirmative sentence to make negative sentences. But here we will get a doubt where we had to add this not. So at the end, or else at the beginning, or else in between two. So I will tell you, has or have are the helping verbs, isn't it? So this not is added in between helping verbs and been. See, for example, I have not been studying since morning. I have not been studying since morning. Not is added in between helping verb and been. Another example, you have not been doing the work given for the day. For the day, it is a duration, so that for is used. Morning, specific time period, since is used. So these are negative sentences. We have added not in between helping verb and been. Now we'll see interrogative sentences. What are interrogative sentences? Questions. Yes, as you all know that in interrogative sentences, often the helping verb comes at the beginning of the sentence and followed by subject. Here the helping verbs in present perfect continuous tense are has or have. So these helping verbs should come at the beginning of the sentence. See the example sentence. Have you been exercising? Question mark at the end, because these are interrogative sentences. So have you been exercising? Has she been sleeping all the time? So these are the examples of interrogative sentences in present perfect continuous tense. Now, in present perfect continuous tense, different forms of verbs can be used to express different meanings, isn't it? So now let's see the uses. What is the uses of present perfect continuous tense? First one is an action that began in the past and is still continuing. An action that is began in the past and is still continuing. For example, I have been working on this project for several months. I have been working on this project. This work has been started in the past, but still it is continuing. So such actions come under present perfect continuous tense. For several years, several months means there is no specific time period, it's a duration, so that for is used. Now we will see another usage of present perfect continuous tense. An action which is already completed but whose effect is still continuing. The action which is already completed but whose effect is still continuing means the result will be continuing in the present of the past actions. Example, I have been running around for the job all the day and am now tired. I have been running around for the job all day and am now tired. So, it has been completed or done in the past, isn't it? So, we can say that I run around for the job all day and am now tired. But it is wrong, because according to the rule, an action which is already completed but whose effect is still continuing. What is the effect here? He was tired. I am tired. It was the effect. So that this sentence should be in present perfect continuous tense. I have been running around for the job all day and am now tired. So it should be in present perfect continuous tense. We should not say this action in simple past, isn't it? Now we'll see the other uses of present perfect continuous tense. You can also use this tense without a duration such as for 2 weeks. So for duration, already I have told you that you had to use two words for. With a point of time we had to use since, and period of time we had to use for. But without using this word for to indicate duration, we can use lately or recently. These are the two words we can use instead of using for. In some cases, we can also use these two words lately or recently instead of using for to denote duration of time in this present perfect continuous tense. Okay, for example, recently I have been feeling really tired. Recently I have been feeling really tired. So I have been used here, but it is a duration, but for is not used. So instead of for we can use really. Recently I have been feeling really tired. So recently or lately, these are the two words used instead of for to denote duration. Another example, she has been watching too much TV lately. So here we didn't use for to tell about the duration, but instead of that we have used the word lately. These are the substitute words to use instead of for, lately or recently. This is the usage of present perfect continuous tense. So the first one is an action that began in the past and is still continuing. Second one is an action which is already completed but whose effect is still continuing. Third one is you can also use this tense without a duration such as for 2 weeks. We can use lately or recently instead of for to indicate duration. Is it clear? Once again, I will show you the structure of present perfect continuous tense. The structure is subject plus helping verb plus been plus V1 plus inform plus object. So subjects are he, she, it, takes, helping verb has, I, we, you, they, takes, have, plus been plus V4 plus object. This is about present perfect continuous tense. So in the next class, we will start past tense. Thank you.